and I'm an OB and labor and delivery nurse. I absolutely love what I do, and I'm so honored to be part of so many women's fertility and pregnancy and delivery journeys, all the way up to the big day when I get to be part of that beautiful birthday moment, which is like the biggest part of so many people's lives. And now I'm ready to finally start my own fertility and pregnancy journey, which is super exciting and also pretty nerve-wracking all at the same time, since I'm not used to being on the other side of this experience. So I'm 29 years old, and my husband and I are ready to finally start trying for our first baby. However, I really wanted to hit the ground running before we even started trying, meaning getting a better understanding of my body, my cycle, my hormones, because I was on birth control for 15 years. So the first step was taking that, which I did stop taking about 8 months ago, and I had no idea what to expect. I didn't even get a period when I was on birth control. I was one of the lucky ones. Now I remember, and they suck. Not fun, but so that was step one completed, get off the pill. And my cycle was actually pretty regular, surprisingly, by month 2, which I wasn't expecting it to be. So after completing that first step, the next one was for me to understand my cycle when it comes to my fertile window. So the fertile window is a tricky one, and I know in the world of OB, we tell our patients who are trying to conceive to have sex every other day during their fertile window when trying to get pregnant. And of course, the number one question that I get is, what's my fertile window? So our usual response is using the over-the-counter ovulation tests that track your LH hormone that tells you when your body's preparing to ovulate, using basal body temperature tracking, which can be tricky if you're like myself and you work night shift and you're flipping and your temperature can be all over the place because your sleep's all over the place. And then the other one we tell people to do is monitoring cervical mucosa, which the female body is a beautiful, wonderful thing, but it's confusing and everyone's mucosa is a little different. And even though I'm trained on it and I work in the field and I know what to look for, it's still kind of hard sometimes. But, I took our own advice and I did those things, and, I did okay. I got a somewhat idea of when my fertile window is, but the main thing I wanted to know is when and if I'm even ovulating, since that's going to be the most important part when it comes to trying to get pregnant. So I wanted a better idea of what my hormones were doing and to find the answer to that. So I researched a lot of products. I spoke with my patients, my colleagues, some of the OB doctors I work with. And when I was talking to one of the patients, when we were chatting while she was laboring, after she got her epidural, so she was pretty comfortable then, but she told me that they actually were trying to get pregnant for about 7 months with no success until she actually came across something called Inito, which helps you track your hormones better. Like, you put this little device on your phone, which I'm a nurse, okay? I don't do video editing, so I'm on my phone right now making this video, or I would show this on there. But it's pretty cool. You put this on your phone, you put your test strip in there after you dip it in your first void of the day in the morning, or whenever you wake up. Sometimes it's the night if you're on night shift. But and then it will pull up a chart and show you multiple different hormones and their levels and when your fertile window is. So she told me that she actually had a bit of a hormone imbalance that they didn't realize, so she wasn't ovulating. So after talking to her doctor, she was able to get on some hormones, get that fixed, and they were pregnant within 2 months. And then I got to be there for their big day, the birth of their beautiful baby boy, which is so exciting, so fun. And so I was like, I need to check out this Inito and for myself and see what my hormones are doing, since my biggest question is, am I ovulating? So that's what I did. I got the Inito and I just finished my first cycle with it, and I am super, super pleased with my results. And my number one question was answered, that I ovulated. So I'm going to try to put up a picture, again, nurse, not in tech, but you can see that this purple line right here is a spike of my LH. So that's my most fertile time. I'm about to ovulate / ovulating then. So that's great. I'm happy I got to know that, but that's not telling me if I ovulated. And that was my biggest question, because you can spike, but no egg comes. So this blue one here is my progesterone, which shows a spike, which confirms my ovulation. So that made me really happy, gave me so much peace of mind, even though we're not ready to start trying in another month or two. I'm going to continue to track my next 2 cycles and see what happens, what changes, as far as like, do my hormones change with my sleep patterns, my eating patterns, my working out, traveling, things like that. And so as of right now, which, disclaimer, I do not recommend, I'm using it kind of as a family planning birth control method since I'm no longer on the pill. Inito does not recommend it for birth control, neither do I, but since it's showing you your fertile window, it can kind of help you get an idea of when that is, so you know, like, hey, we should either abstain or use another form of birth control, like condoms or something. So not only can you use this device for tracking, when your fertile window is to get pregnant, you can use it like what I'm using it for, like just to get a better understanding of your body, and seeing like, hey, do I have these hormones? Do I have enough of them? Do I have too much of them? Do I need to go talk to my doctor about this? So I'm really, really pleased with this, and that's why I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and make this video. As you see on my YouTube page, I don't make videos, I'm a spectator, so doing this review is really different for me, but I felt like I really needed to share it. I've already talked to so many of my patients and colleagues about Inito, and I wanted to share it with you guys too. And speaking of you guys in communities, they also, which was a nice touch, have a Facebook group that you can join after receiving it. And it's amazing. Like, there's other users on there, like hundreds of them, and they help you read your chart if you're new to it. They answer questions about it. They are there to help you through your struggles or your successes and share their own stories. So it's a really nice touch having a community to talk to about it. But again, I'm just really, really happy with this. So I just had to share. And I hope to make another video in maybe a month or two about conceiving, and then showing my chart for that. And then also continuing to use Inito during pregnancy, and watching my hormones and seeing what they're doing. It'll be kind of interesting because, of course, I geek out over that. Like, pregnancy and labor and delivery is what I do. So it's really exciting. And I can't wait to really, really start this journey now that I have this device. So I'll put a link below to their website, because that will teach you like how the device works and how to use it and things like that, since I can't really show you properly right now. But I hope that this video was helpful for anyone who was kind of in the position I was, just looking for a tool to help them understand their body and their ovulation and their hormones. This is the device. It's worth every penny. Trust me, fertility clinics are expensive. And sometimes all you need to know is something as simple as your hormones, and this device can tell you that. And then if you need to go to a fertility clinic about it, you can take that step. But I think this is the best first step to take when it comes to understanding your body, your ovulation, and your hormones. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.